Good morning, everyone. We will continue with the chapter The Ashes That Made the Trees Bloom on page number 60. Not long after that, the good old man dreamed again, and the spirit of the dog spoke to him, telling him how the wicked people had burned the meal made from the pine tree. See, now the dog once again it came in the dream of the good old man, and he told them that how the wicked people had burned the meal made from the pine tree that was over his grave, over the grave of dog. Okay, so he's telling that they have burned the meal. Take the ashes of the meal, sprinkle them on the withered tree, and they will bloom again, said the dog spirit. Now, what did the dog say in the dream? That take the ashes. Ashes mean rock. Take the ashes and sprinkle on the withered tree. Withered tree means bare and dry, means that doesn't have flowers or trees on it. Okay, so he said that sprinkle it on the trees and they will bloom, means flowers and new leaves and will start growing, the dog said to the old man. The old man awoke and went at once to his wicked neighbor's house, where he found the miserable old pair sitting at the edge of their square fireplace in the middle of the floor, smoking and spinning. Now, when he woke up, he went to the bad old couple. Wicked means bad. So he saw them that they were in a miserable condition, bad condition. They're bad people, no? So they like to stay like this. So, and he saw that they were sitting on the edge of this square fireplace. Fireplace is there in the house, in the middle of the floor, and smoking and spinning. From time to time they warmed their hands and feet with the blaze from some bits of meal, while behind them lay a pile of broken pieces. So what they were doing, they were warming themselves with a meal they had borrowed from the good couple. No, see, borrowed something from someone else, and without their permission they broke it and burnt it. Okay, the good old man humbly asked for the ashes. Then the good old man, he very humbly, very politely, he asked that I want some ashes. Though the courteous couple turned up their noses at him and scolded him as if he were a thief. And what they did, they scolded him as if he was stealing something. The meal belonged to the good old couple, and the bad couple borrowed it, and without his permission they broke it and burnt it. And when he's come to ask ashes of his own meals, of his own meal, of his own wood, the old couple is scolding him as if he's a thief and he has come to steal something. They let him fill his basket with the ashes. Then, after scolding and saying all bad things, they let him fill the basket with the ashes. On coming home, the old man took his wife into the garden. Now, while coming home, the old man took his wife into the garden. It began winter. Winter started. Their favorite cherry tree was bare. Now their favorite cherry tree was bare. Okay, he sprinkled a pinch of ashes on it, and lo, it sprouted blossoms until it became a cloud of pink blooms which perfumed the air. Now what they did, they went in the garden, and their favorite cherry tree was there. It was bare. There weren't any flowers or any tree leaves on it. So what they did, they thought of sprinkling the ashes on it. They sprinkled, and within seconds the tree, it started blooming, and it filled with clouds of pink blooms. Pink beautiful flowers were there, and the flowers, the very nice fragrance started coming, filling the air. As the air travels, no, the fragrance also travels along with the air. Okay, the courteous couple also heard, sorry, the news of this filled the village, and everyone ran out to see the wonder. Now this news spread all over the village, and everyone came to see that how this could be possible, the wonder they came to see. The covetous couple also heard the story and gathered up remaining ashes of the meal, kept them to make withered trees bloom. Now what they did? Blossom. The old couple also heard, the bad old couple also heard that okay, he took the ashes from here and he sprinkled and the tree started blooming. So we will also do the same thing. We will also he gathered all the remaining ashes, and then he kept that we will also sprinkle them on the withered trees, and the withered trees will start to blossom. Okay, so let's see what happens when they start doing all these things. The kind old man, hearing that his lord, the daimyo, was to pass along the high road near. Now the daimyo, the king, no, he was supposed to pass from there. So when he heard that the king was supposed to pass, village set out to see him. Now when he heard that the king, the daimyo, was about to come from there, the king was about to pass from there, so he set out to see him on the road. Taking his basket of ashes as the train approached, he climbed up into an old withered cherry tree that stood by the way. The king, no, he was supposed to pass from that way where the good old man was standing. So he was standing there, and the bad couple was also there. So what they did, they climbed the cherry tree which was withered, there were any flowers on that, and the king was supposed to pass from that way. The old man, the good ones also were there, and the bad ones were also there. But what the bad ones are doing, they climbed the tree, they had climbed a tree. Okay, now in the days of the daimyos, it was the custom when their lord passed by for all the loyal people to shut up their high windows. See, now what was the custom, that when the daimyo, their king, was supposed to pass from that way, all the windows that was above the head of the daimyos, that was to be shut down. The first floor, the second floor windows of the houses were to be shut down. It was out of respect. Okay, they even pasted them fast with a slip of paper so as not to commit the impertinence of looking down on his lordship. See, impotence means not disobeying. Okay, means not insulting the king. Okay, so they pasted papers also on the windows so that if anyone is looking down, so the lordship shouldn't see. Looking down on his lordship means it shouldn't show that somebody is looking from up down on the lordship. That is called insulting the king. So they never did that. All the people along the road would fall upon their hands and knees and remain prostrate until the procession passed by. Now that procession means a big line, a big rally type, means the king, his men's, all people were to go, and everybody would be on their knees and hands down to give respect to the king, to their beloved daimyos. Okay, so he did that, so everyone did that, and that procession would pass by there. The train drew near. One tall, competent man marched ahead, means a very tall man, he was marching ahead, crying out to the people. By the way, he was warning, he was giving people instructions, get down on your knees, get down on your knees. He was saying everybody that get down on your knees, everyone. And everyone kneeled down while the procession was passing. Now everyone kneeled down while the procession was passing. This was a custom. When the king or the daimyo would pass, everybody has to be on their knees. This is how they pay respect to their king. Okay, so the last part of this chapter we'll read in the next video. Till then you have to go through the whole chapter once again. Okay, and if you have any problem, you can ask questions. Thank you.